there.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. How
There.
are you?
Well, how have you been?
I've been busy. We had a couple of school events, the meet and
Oh,
greet. So it's been a little hectic and still a little hectic right now.
yeah, I know. It's a busy time of year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the feeling.
So how have you guys been? I'm sure you're always busy.
We are, but we like it that way.
Yeah.
Get up and
Absolutely.
get going. So, uh, yeah, everything's going really well. Are you going to Master Oliver's meeting in October?
No, I can't make it.
Oh, okay. I can't either,
I-
but Keith's going.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there with two of our staff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it should be. One of them's been quite a few times, and the other one it'll be their first time. So, looking forward to that.
That's great.
How many of their events have you been to?
Uh, I went to the black belt exam a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to I guess about two.
They're good.
Yeah,
I always learn something.
absolutely.
Well, did you get a chance to try any of the material that we sent you?
Yes, I did. I mean, the we tried a couple of things, and then the kids are excited about it, and then just been
Yeah.
so busy last since I talked to you last time, and then we got I got a bunch of events I gotta go. I'm taking some time in October, so it's gonna be a little hectic.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
we start our goal setting season in October, so we're
Okay.
getting geared up for that.
Oh, you're gonna be busy.
I know. It's
Eh,
a lot of people to talk to. We break it up between four instructors, so that's
That's
still,
great.
yeah, still close to 75 or 80 people apiece. So,
Wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
I know
Happy
it's
problem.
a happy problem. Yes,
Happy
sir.
problem. Yep, absolutely.
Well, any any questions or feedback on that material? I was going to take some time today to go over the teen and adult instructor program.
Okay. Not really. I'm trying to, figure out what the cost will be, trying to figure that, and then
Oh,
do some, um, you know,
see how
think
to,
about it a little bit. Yeah, how it works
right,
out.
absolutely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go over the teen and adult program, what that looks like, because it is different than the junior one. And then Keith, would you be able to stay on afterwards and go over that?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to share my screen here. So the teen and adult program, here we go. All right, there are 5 levels to that
Okay.
program. Let's see here. There we go. So each manual, I we call it the apprentice level, or you can just stick with level one. That's easy.
Okay.
But so there are 5 levels in that, and uh, each level that the student goes through, there's an entry level, of course, level one. They start and they get their manual with that on what's it expected of them at that level. And then as you go through, the first thing that is in the level one is just simple etiquettes and things that are important. If you're going to be a leader in the school, your appearance, your uniform, how to correctly, present yourself to others, just so that they know that, okay, this is for real. I'm going to be a leader. I've got to make sure I act like one, show myself as one. How to make sure that all their equipment and everything is in good order. And then also how to be a good leader, how to be a good citizen, showing respect, helping others, other etiquettes. And you may have some that are specific to your school, but this pretty much covers in general, be a good person and be helpful.
Right.
It also mentions in here about social media, like there's a disclaimer in here that they can put on their social media if they want to post anything. I say anything religious or political, I mean, it's their personal thing, but just make sure that you put in there that, this academy doesn't, that they just have that disclaimer. So
Sure.
they have to watch their social media postings.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, that just, this part of it as level one is kind of yeah, we are going to expect a lot of you, and this is a exciting position to be in. So that's in the beginning. And then each manual is broken up into 3 parts. There are teaching skills, people skills, and then leadership skills. So of the 5 manuals, each one has an element on teaching, an element on working with people, and then an element on leadership. So just as an example for this level 1, right here we have setting goals. So the first thing that they need to learn how to do as a leader is to set a goal for the people that they lead. And the leadership takes them through setting the goal, explaining what they're going to do, how to demonstrate it properly to the class, and then once you've done that, how do you actually train them in the class? So, for example, you have a 14-year-old and you tell them we're going to be teaching how to do a front kick. And then you're going to demonstrate that front kick properly to the class. And then as they practice, how do you go through and correct them or let them know they're doing a good job? How are you going to practice that front kick? Are you going to do it on a target, facing the mirror, facing your partner? All of those things that, I know you just think of naturally off the top of your head. This gives you a systematic way to teach them how to do that. And then, so just for this specific section, teaching skills, the setting goals part, there are other teaching skills, but then we also have the class planner that goes with that. So this tells you if you're teaching your teens and adults on how to be an instructor, then this class planner, each one only takes about 20 minutes. So there's a couple of different ways you can work that into your program. But you can set a specific goal for your lesson, and that's what they're working on. How do you set a specific goal for your lesson? So you have this, either it's your young person who's just starting, or maybe it's an adult who wants to learn how to be a leader or teacher. Everybody starts at this point. And so you have your lesson plan for that. The lesson plans just continue, so you can pick this up, read it, and teach an instructor training class. So you have, in a nutshell, you have the 5 manuals, and then within each level, there are class planners for you, so you don't have to read the manual and then come up, how do you want to do this? You can just say, okay, here's how we're going to do this, because it's already been written.
Okay.
And then a couple of different ways people break this up. I've done it a number of different ways. I mix it up, but mostly I have an instructor training class once a week, and we do one of these lesson plans in that class. It's a 45-minute class, and I spend 15 to 20 minutes going over something from their manual. I just follow down the line, and we work on, so if we were working on this, we would be working on teaching skills, explain and demonstrate the goal to the class. And so we work on it just like it's written here. And then in that class, then I have things that they can do that are maybe specific to them. Maybe I want them training at a higher level, so we'll do some high level martial arts training along with this in their class. So they're always getting that instructor training, and then they get to do something that is, whether it's flying over targets or breaking boards or working on their nunchucks, whatever extra we can do in that class. So that's how I run it every week. I also teach, in fact, I'm doing it here the end of the month. I do a seminar where I teach the whole manual on a Saturday. So we just go through each lesson. It usually takes about 4 hours. Again, I intermix it with other things. So they'll do some practical teaching, learning and education, and then we'll work on something else, but mix it up. Usually I have lunch or something like that for them too. So it's a great kind of bonding day, but you can just take the material and your seminar is already planned for you. So that's a couple of different ways to do the teen and adult lesson plans. How are you doing
Okay.
your instructor training now?
Um, I have the kids, come in and, lot of hands on, a little bit trying to supervise them as they help out. Um, every other week we have a leadership class. We'll go over different techniques, and I don't go over as detailed like you guys did. So I implemented what's that, first Saturday of leadership each month. First Saturday we have a assistant instructor training class. We'll go over the different techniques and then the curriculum wise, and then I have the one person in front. We have different lines set up,
Right.
and then have them explain step by step how to do the technique, and then next person comes up, same thing, how to implement, make it easier for the student to understand,
Right.
how to help them out, how to give positive feedbacks, and that's something we just started
Yes, sir.
for to help them
Yeah,
teach
and
better.
they need it. There's things that you forget that you didn't know those things until you
Yeah,
watch somebody get out there in front and try to do it. You're like, oh boy, we got to start at the beginning. But this particular level is the beginning. But then when you get into the higher levels, some of the training and the class planners and the material are about, okay, if you've got 25 kids and now you're the leader of 25, how do you manage that? How do you keep discipline in the classroom? So there's always the next level, and like you said, this is just right at the beginning, just getting them started. Yeah.
sure.
But so basically the entire program, Master Kim, is what we've demonstrated to you before, the junior leader, the 52 video lessons and lesson plans. I'm really excited too, because it should be out soon, a book for the instructors to go through. Uh, it'll be published here pretty soon. All of those skills, um, character skills like courtesy, integrity, perseverance, just kind of my life stories on those topics. So that'll be going along with it too. And then that's for the kids. And then for your teen and adults, you have the 5 levels of training. And realistically, if you're talking about a young person, say you're a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, I like to give them about a year in each level.
Okay.
By the time they're 17, 16, 17, 18, they can be a real certified instructor and have had all that training. For the adults, maybe these first 2 levels they can get through fairly quickly. So, it might be as short as a 2-year program based on, how gung-ho are they to become an instructor, how fast do you want to get them through the training, or, it can take this even longer. It just depends. I had one lady one time, she went through, and it took her to get all the way through quite a while, even a couple of years longer than her son, because she was a professional. She had all kinds of things going on in her life, and it was a goal she had, was to become a certified Taekwondo instructor, and she just took her time through all the steps, and she did eventually get it. But I just try to, I put it out there, and then as fast as people can follow it, or as slow as they need to follow it, just, that's kind of the nice thing about it, because it's just such a system like that. They can jump in anytime, or you could start
Sure.
in the middle if you wanted to.
Okay.
Keith, anything to add or comments?
No, is there a um let's see like the like a table of contents for the 5 different levels? Is that on here or is that a different sheet?
No, let me pull that up. It's separate, so give me just a second. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and pull that up, okay?
Okay.
Just to give a brief overview. I believe you said you were more interested in the teen and adult stuff, Master Kim, or the kid stuff, or are you interested in both?
Because leadership, I have kids all the way to the adults, so it'll be good to understand both, so that way, everyone's on the same page, learning.
Absolutely.
And that's that's what we've worked hard on, getting something that's cohesive from your 4 or 5 year old learning these lessons, and then that way, or if you have a 7 or 8 year old start, and then by the time if they're 12 and they're interested in becoming an instructor, um, they're primed and ready to start that level 1, which we just went into. So everybody is basically in this big funnel going down, starting with the leadership program, and then into that teen leadership program, and then into the adult. And then I think, like Mom said, some of your adults can go through that phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 a little bit quicker than like your teens. So we have some adults that go through that a little bit quicker. But
Right.
your 12, 13, 14 year olds are able to, 8 months to a year at each level has been a really good pace for us to make sure that they're not rushed into something they're not prepared for, and they get a lot of experience, a lot of shadowing, and a lot of watching other head instructors do it. So they get just tons of experience going into their class. It's very important for us that all of our instructors, even our volunteers, are well trained and confident on the mat to handle many different scenarios, and not just, shadowing is a part of it, but it's not. I think sometimes it gets, oh, you want to help? Well, just jump out there and let's see
Right.
how you do. Or we prefer to take a little bit more systematic approach, make sure that they're being taught from the simplest of things: how to hold a target, how to hold a pad, how to set those goals, how to properly, like, positive correction, and we call it giving rewards, high fives. And I give them, like, our 13-year-olds, if they're assisting with the class, I'm like, okay, I set different goals for the kids. You have to give 10 high fives this class. You have to fix 3 kids' belts. I give them like little missions through class to try to make sure they're staying active and actually being good assistants. So
Sure, absolutely. Reinforcement is so important.
yes, sir, absolutely. Um,
Well, let me go ahead and share here. So this is the the teen and adult program, just a
Okay.
quick overview. So you're 12 and under, that's the kids portion. And then that level 1 that I just showed you, the beginning of that manual. The goal here is to develop leaders quickly, not just, because I want them, as soon as they're out there helping, I want them to be representing. And so that's one reason why the very first thing in the manual is, how are you supposed to carry yourself, and appearance and attitude, that sort of thing. But they get excited about being part of that. And then we go right into the next level. Once they finish that first level, now they're handling small groups. They might even warm up the class. They're really, you're starting to kind of rely on them a little bit, like, okay, let's grow and move from there. And then on your certified instructors, they're ready to lead their own classes, help alleviate some of the workload. So it just goes from one level to the next that way.
Okay.
And then the let's see here. Yeah, and I've just got it broken down a little bit more about what you should expect at each one of those levels, and then also, what I require, which is, for instance, to go from level 3 to level 4, they need 100 volunteer hours. So that
Okay.
works out really great for you because they're training, they're learning, but they're, you know, volunteering. Not to say I wouldn't, if I saw somebody great and I wanted to hire them, I would pay them, but they still have to work on those hours. They might just not be a volunteer hour, they might be getting paid for it, but they still have to complete that many hours before they can move up to the next level. And
Okay.
I let them participate, you know, if they participate in a graduation, if they come out to, like you're doing these orientations and school events, if they come out and assist with that, I let them count that towards their hours, because it is all leaders.
Okay.
Awesome. Do you have any questions on